Hi everyone, my name is Laurie and I'm an international student at the University of Stirling in Scotland. Today I've partnered up with United Students to bring you guys a video with tips and advice on studying abroad. The idea of studying abroad might be a big dream for some, but it might turn out a bit more tricky than you anticipated. Today I will talk about 5 topics that will hopefully help you to be as well prepared as you can be. This won't be a complete guide from start to finish because I think that everyone is different and everyone will want different things. So I've summed it up in 5 different topics and let's get started. The first topic I'm going to talk about is accommodation advice. Now, you've been accepted to your university and the next thing you have to worry about is where are you going to live. Finding accommodation can be quite tricky because you're finding it from a different country. You're not there to view places and that can be a bit difficult. Usually renting a private flat with friends is cheaper, but renting student accommodation at your university or somewhere else is usually a lot less troublesome. Generally everything is all inclusive, so you get free Wi-Fi, you get bills that are inclusive, you get flatmates as well. How awesome is that? So most universities do offer accommodation and it's quite easy to find it on their website. Another great way to find accommodation is through organisations that provide student accommodation for you. They're quite easy to find if you just go to Google and you type in the city you're going to study in and student accommodation. Chances are these organisations will pop up. They're pretty similar to student accommodation from the university, so it's a lot easier to rent a flat or a room in a flat through an organisation like that. They're renting privately because it's meant for students. Another tip I want to give you is that you can usually find your flatmates on Facebook. So once you are allocated to your room or to your flat, you can then go onto Facebook and usually the accommodation you're placed in will have a Facebook group and you can become a member of that group and then just ask whoever is in your flat as well, and then you can get to know your flatmates through Facebook already before moving in, which makes things a lot less stressful in my opinion. You won't have to worry about what kind of weirdos are your flatmates basically. Just kidding, everyone is really nice. So the second topic I want to talk about is getting here, because as a study abroad student, the most probable way you're going to get here is by plane, and I would recommend you go onto Skyscanner or any kind of other website that compares airlines to each other, and you have to try and find the cheapest way to get here. For example, for me, I'm from the Netherlands, so I have a few different airports around me that are kind of the same distance from my house. For me personally, it's cheapest to fly from Düsseldorf to Edinburgh with Ryanair. I would definitely advise you to go and research what is the cheapest way for you to get here. Secondly is deciding on how you want to get your stuff here. If you're someone and you don't need a lot of stuff and you are happy with the same outfits throughout the year, then this might not apply for you and you can just get away with one suitcase. But if you want to get a bit more stuff here, a good way to get your stuff here is to ship yourself boxes. You can either choose to do this yourself or you can go to a company that will ship it for you. They will basically send you boxes, they'll give you a few days to pack them and they'll collect them from your home and then they'll ship them for you and they'll deliver them to your accommodation and vice versa. So if you're going back home, they'll give you new boxes, they'll get them from your accommodation and send them home for you. It's about the same price, if not cheaper, to use that service than to do it all yourself, and it's a lot less hassle. The third topic I'm going to talk about is meeting new people. And this causes a lot of anxiety in most people. I definitely find it quite scary to go places where I don't know anyone. As I mentioned before, one way to get kind of around this is finding your flatmates on Facebook and kind of get to know them a little bit through chatting to them. So once you get here, it's a bit like you know them already. You still have to get used to each other, but at least there is a connection made already. So the first way you're going to meet people is through your flatmates and through your classmates. So try and socialise with those first. Another great way to meet new people is to join a society. Now, at my university there's even a society for international students, but there's usually a society that fits you and you will meet like-minded people. So definitely go and research once you get to uni. They usually have a kind of like a fair where you can go to and see what kind of societies your university has. I would definitely highly recommend joining a society, or you can join a sports club or a sports team. At least at my university you can join a sports team, but if your university does have that, then I would definitely recommend trying to find something you like doing and either join a society or a sports club. The fourth topic I'm going to talk about is learning in a foreign language. Chances are, if you're doing a study abroad, you'll go to a country that has a language that isn't your own. I know going into it might seem really scary to not be able to speak the language very well, but I know from experience as well as from my studies that once you are immersed into a language, you'll pick it up so quickly. You will become so good at that language in weeks, maybe days even if you're really good. I would also recommend that if you're doing a very specific course with a lot of jargon and terminology, I would recommend that you would watch videos on that topic as well, because then you can also get used to the English words for whatever you're going to be studying. So say you study something medical, you can get used to the medical terminology. Once you're here, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because everyone makes mistakes. Even the native speakers don't have perfect grammar or perfect spelling, so don't worry about it too much. All in all, I want to say that if you're accepted to the university, chances are that your English is up to a level that you get by at least. And if you're at that level where you get by and you get the majority or the gist of what's being said, you will develop yourself and your language skills so much in a really short period of time. So I would say to not worry too much about it. And last but not least, we're going to talk about something really fun, and that is managing money. Now, on top of being a normal student, which makes you generally quite poor, you're also studying in a different country, so you will have to pay for your transport here. You probably pay in a different currency to your own, which usually makes things either more expensive or a bit cheaper depending on where you're from and what your currency is. You just kind of have to keep track of your money if you want to survive. My first tip on managing money is to download an app for your phone from your bank, so that you can kind of check your balance wherever you are, whenever, and you can really keep on top of what money you have. You also have to think about what's coming in and going out, so definitely make a kind of listing what's coming in and listing what's coming out, and see if that is manageable. So once you know what's coming in and going out, you kind of have a budget you can work with. Then it's kind of being smart with the money you do have. So things you have to keep in mind is knowing where to shop. Think about creative ways how you could save money, and also I would recommend that you kind of save up before you go abroad, so you can have a bit more room to maybe visit places and go on little trips as well. Because if you're in a different country, why not explore? These were all the tips I had for you today. If you want to have more tips on studying abroad, or you want to hear more about my personal experience with it, then I'll leave a link to a video I've done before and you can go watch that as well. If you like this video, then please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and if you have more questions, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, because then they'll just pop up in your timeline as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys!